Welcome to the Executive Leadership Readiness Self-Evaluation. This is the instructions here. First, you'll need to make a copy. And the way that you do that, you just hit File, make a copy, and then copy it over to your Google Drive. Next, you're going to read the tips for best results below. So tips for best results here. Honesty is key. For your best results, be truthful in your self-assessment to identify genuine areas for improvement. Reflection. After entering your scores, you should review your responses and then note any patterns or insights that you find. Set goals. Based on your pre-test scores, you can set specific goals to focus on during the program being the 3-hour executive. Post-test evaluation. After completing the program, you should fill in the post-test score column to measure your progress. There you go. All right, so we read through the tips for best results. Now 3, we're going to click on self-evaluation tab at the bottom. So we're going to go to that sheet where the eval is. We're going to make sure that we mark our answers in the pre-test score column using the rating scale 1 through 5, where here's the rating scale. 1 is strongly disagree, 2 is disagree, 3 is neutral, 4 is agree, and 5 is strongly agree. So strongly disagree, disagree, neutral, agree, or strongly agree. The measurement key is if you are ranking between 35 and 70 points, you've got growth opportunity. If you're ranking between 71 and 105, you're an emerging leader. And if you're between 106 and 140, you're executive ready. So once you fill in the pretest score, you'll view your score at the bottom of the column and then identify if you are in the growth opportunity, emerging leader, or executive ready category. Then you'll use the interpretation guide here in this link to see what your rating means. And then you'll take the 3-hour executive speed run challenge. Once you finish that, you'll take this eval again once you're done to see your new score. So every time you run through that 3-hour executive speed run, you're going to see your score increase. Especially as you do it over time. If you do it daily or weekly, quarterly, you're going to see your score increase each time you go through that 3-hour executive speed run. Rinse and repeat weekly to see your executive readiness level increase dramatically. And then soon you'll be an executive ready leader and have the confidence that you'll be able to take on the role of your dreams. So let's go down here to self-evaluation. Right now you'll see in here progress over time is empty, and we'll be able to see our rating for our pre-test, our post-test, which is after running through the 3-hour executive, then week 1, 2, 3, 4, month 2, month 3, and then quarters. We'll break them out into quarters. So first off, self-evaluation here. So the way this is broken down is you've got all of the question numbers. So 1 through 35 here. There's 35 questions. The key, this is the results, and these colors will be highlighted down here as you're updating your score. And so first off, this one is strategic thinking and vision. And we're going to be rating between 1 and 5. Strongly disagree, disagree, neutral, agree, and strongly agree. So I regularly think about long-term goals and vision of my organization. If organization doesn't make sense to you, or if maybe you're an entrepreneur, or if you want to think larger than your organization, just replace this word with industry. Okay? So I regularly think about the long-term goals and vision of my industry or my organization. So if you regularly think about the long-term goals and vision of your organization or industry, you put in a 4 or a 5. Let's say we rank ourselves at a 4 there. Number 2 here is I understand how my work contributes to the company's overall strategy or the industry's overall strategy, okay? Let's say I don't understand how my work contributes to the overall industry. So I'm going to say I strongly disagree. I proactively identify opportunities for growth or improvement within the organization. Again, here you could use the industry. Let's say I'm not very proactive. I'm comfortable analyzing market trends and their potential impact on business. Let's say I'm wonderful at that. I'm always paying attention to that. Okay. I can develop strategic plans that align with organizational or industry objectives. Let's say we're at a 4 here. So as I'm going through there, the value here is going to tally up to give you a summation of this category of strategic, I got it. Strategic thinking and vision. And then you've got the leadership and influence category, networking and relationship building category, communication skills, executive presence and personal branding, business and financial acumen, mindset and personal development. Each one of these categories has 5 questions under them. And so as you're going through, it tallies up the value here, and then at the end it'll tally up your whole value here. So let's go through this. Very good there, of course. Just putting in numbers here. Okay, so if you accidentally put in a number that's outside of the 1 through 5, you get something like this. It says there was a problem. The rating scale is 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Okay, so I accidentally hit 45 or something like that. Zeros, of course, are not allowed. So right now I'm a 93 emerging leader. I'm just plugging in these numbers real quick. So 103, that would put me in the emerging leader category. So if I had a few more points here, that put me into the executive ready category. And if I've got much fewer points here, let's see what we're doing. We'll get down into the growth opportunity here in just a second. Almost. All right, so now, as you can tell, we're in the growth opportunity. We've got room to grow here. So that'll go through and update things for you on the fly. And so, as you can tell, this is the pre-test score, and these are the section totals. You've also got your post-test score, so you'll finish this part, you'll go to the 3-hour executive speed run, then you'll come back and you'll do this post-test score to see where you land after you go through that speed run. And then you'll go through the speed run again. And so you can do that after about a week, or maybe even every day for a week, and then come back here and do another self-evaluation. And then week 2, week 3, week 4, I'm just scrolling here. Crunch this down a little bit just to make it easier. Month 4, 2, 3, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. You're going to see yourself be able to dramatically increase your executive leadership readiness. So if you've got any questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer them. Otherwise, once you see your score, what you'll do is you'll either click on this link or you'll go back here and the same link is there. I've also got that same link here for the interpretation. So we'll load that up and then it'll tell you how to interpret your score. So it's a guide that'll help you interpret your self-evaluation results and then know what actions to take based on your score. just to make it really easy for you to understand what the next steps are. So if you're between 35 and 70, you'll go in here to the growth opportunity and find out what to do next. If you're here in the 71 to 105 range, you're emerging leader, and this is what you should do next here. If you're between 106 and 140, you're executive ready, and here's what you should be doing here. If you're over 140, which is possible, the total maximum number of points is 175. You should probably already be an executive, and if you're not, I highly question why you're not, or what you're doing instead. Anyhow, I hope that you enjoy this. I hope you find this useful. If you have any questions, like I said, let me know. I'm happy to continue improving this and making this better over time. And of course, down here, progress over time, you'll see your progress change as you go through this number of times. Let's take our score here and just put it over here for a second. Give ourselves some 5 because we've certainly improved along the way. And then we'll come back here. And you'll notice that shows at what rate you've improved or maybe decreased on certain categories. But yeah, this will be able to give you the ability to track your progress over time. That's it. Take it, enjoy. See you on the other side.